Tired of cold showers and discolored water? Then call the water heater experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Voted best plumbing in Knoxville 7 years in a row. Whether you need emergency water heater repairs or replacements for traditional tank style or tankless water heaters, our certified technicians will restore your hot water in no time. So call or book your appointment online today at pipewrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit's free.
All right, good morning. It's Saturday. How's your Saturday going, everybody? Doing all right this morning? Got some great Witchers pictures to share with you here this morning of yesterday. Had a great day to get out on the lakes with some friends, so that was always fun. Hopefully you had a great day yesterday. Did you watch the fireworks last night? I saw one photo coming through Witchers pictures of fireworks. And it looks really cool. My son and I sat on the front yard. My wife went to bed because we had a really long day on the lake, and it wears you out when you're in the sunshine all day long. But my youngest son and I sat on the front lawn and watched the fireworks from our neighborhood to see some bigger ones. Then we went inside and watched the festival on the 4th, which was really kind of cool. Cool to see the fireworks downtown, but he did not make it to the fireworks. He passed out in my lap. I mean, you know, when you have a long day playing on the water in the lakes and the sunshine just wears you out. I mean, it wears you out. You lay down for a second and you are going to be done, tired. And listen, if you want to beat the heat, you got to head up to higher elevations. Let's take you up to Gatlinburg here at this hour and a live look up there. Beautiful view. Now, like yesterday, the clouds will build a little bit more across the mountains throughout the day today. Can't rule out a stray shower or thunderstorm. Probably not going to see much today. We did see a couple yesterday, and I think we'll see probably maybe a couple more tomorrow, and then we'll start to see elevated rain chances heading our way. We've got Mark, Carcane, Bonnie, Julie, Eva, Linda, and Bonnie joining us. I already said Bonnie. How are you all this morning? Carcane says, I heard more fireworks last night than 3 previous years combined. East Tennessee was getting it. Well, A, we've had rain, right? So that mitigated some problems, right? B, we weren't dodging thunderstorms. Everyone's like, okay, this is gonna be a solid weekend. No threat for storms here today. So let's get on it. But of course, you know, the fireworks, I think the prices went up because of all the tariffs and whatnot is what I heard. Anyways, all right, let's talk about the forecast temperatures. Yesterday, we actually made it, not forecast. Let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, we made it to 93. I was forecasting 92. Didn't pick up any rainfall. We had 88 in Crossville, 93 Chattanooga, and 89 also in the Tri-Cities. So it turned out to be a pretty solid average day. I mean, our average high is 88 degrees, so not too terribly bad. A few degrees above that. All right, high pressure is the name of the game. Now, high pressure has shifted off to the mid-Atlantic. So what does that mean? Well, that puts us on the western side of that ridge. So rather than the drier, slightly drier air coming in from the north when we're on the eastern side of a ridge of high pressure, because you get clockwise rotation around that high, now it's going to start to filter in a little bit of moisture. But let me expand this view a little bit so that does not cover it. Let's notice that low pressure system in the southeastern U.S. That, my friends, is now officially Tropical Storm Chantal. It just was designated a tropical storm literally as I was recording my weathercast. So I'm going to have to go back and re-record it. So if you're going to go back and watch my daily forecast, well, keep in mind I'll go back and re-record that. But yeah, we've got Tropical Storm Chantal. The brown on the map is the dry air. And then once you start to get a little bit of the grays, the lighter grays and the greens, that's a little bit more moisture. And so you can see all the moisture across the southeast. That may start to creep our way a little bit. And that's going to elevate our dew points a little bit more here over the next couple of days, which leads to those hotter weather conditions. Visibility is not a big deal here this morning. Had a little bit more fog area wide when I first came into work this morning, but other than that, nothing so far this morning. Temperatures are trending a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday. We're running a couple of degrees warmer, not a big deal. Let's see. We are going to the Forbidden Caverns in Sevierville today. I don't think I've ever been to the Forbidden Caverns. That's cool. Yesterday was my birthday. It was a great day. Yay, Bonnie, happy belated birthday to you. How's it being born on the 4th of July? Was it amazing, or did your birthday get hijacked due to the national holiday? Let us know in the chat. All right, so we're running a little bit warmer, but it feels good outside right now. Temperatures do climb into the upper 80s here as we get into the lunch hour. 3 o'clock here this afternoon, we're back into the low 90s. So it's going to be another hot one today. Add a little bit more moisture. Dew points upper 60s to near 70. And that's going to give us a heat index value in the mid to upper 90s. The Southern Valley and the Sequatchie Valley could be pushing close to 100 degrees. Not nearly as hot across the Tennessee-Kentucky border and up in upper East Tennessee. Now I'm going to show you a future cast. Really doesn't show much, but sunshine this morning. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Get out and get your gardens going. Mow the yard this morning if you need to mow the yard. Although my neighborhood kid who mows our yard texted us last week, and he's like, hey, I'm not going to mow your yard this week. It hasn't grown. I said, I know. I haven't had any rain. We need some rain, right? But you can see how this the clouds will build across the mountains. So the mountain counties will become partly to maybe mostly cloudy at times during the afternoon. And a couple of radar returns showing up there. Again, not too confident that we'll see much. But if we were to see anything at all, just keep in mind it could be up across the mountains of East Tennessee. So that's something to kind of keep in mind if you're going to be traveling up there. I knew you were going to do that. Remember, we were going to join you yesterday, Betty. Watch the fireworks from the house. If anybody has any great photos, upload those through the East Tennessee Weather app right now and Witcher's Pictures, and I'll put those on the big old TV here this morning, depending on where you're watching me from. I'd be curious. That's a question for you. What are you watching from? Are you watching from your cell phone, computer? I know a lot of you on Facebook who are actually responding, but what are you watching on the big screen too, on Roku TV, and then responding on Facebook? How do you consume Wake Up with Witcher? Curious, because I don't really know how you're actually watching me this morning. All right, so not much in the way of rain. Evening forecast, man. I'm going to be ready for some fall weather to do some nice evening fire pits on a Friday and Saturday night. But I'm not ready to get rid of the season. We've still got plenty of paddleboarding and swimming and, lake time ahead of us. Not necessarily the best of hiking weather, right? It's just too darn muggy and hot. And it continues and continues and continues. So, yeah, we're talking heat indices here this next week in the upper 90s to low 100s. Rain chances do gradually increase here as we get through the middle and latter part of the next week. So that would be good news. We'll need the rain. Our yards are just going to soak it up like a dry sponge. That's what happens when it gets so dry. Every time it rains, it's like, soaks it right up. But by the way, we were out watering the garden last night. Our garden is looking amazing. Amazing. Probably the best garden we've had in years. All right, so not much in the way of rainfall here locally today and tomorrow, but notice Charleston, Myrtle Beach, the southeastern U.S., they're going to see more rain all the way through Monday, and then the rain's going to continue to pile up there as that tropical system moves its way inland all the way through Wednesday. That's going to add a little bit more moisture, so some pop-up showers and thunderstorms through Wednesday. But I think Wednesday, probably Thursday, Friday, we'll see a little bit better coverage of rain. But again, it doesn't appear that it's going to be adding up to a whole lot. But I think at this point of the game, we will take what we can get, right? We will take what we can get. But notice the outer bay. Look at North and South Carolina, even all the way up into the nation's capital and into Virginia. They're going to get a little bit more rain. And again, that's associated with this tropical system. So let's track the tropics for you. Nothing too majorly organized enough anyways to become a tropical storm. Most of the rain is offshore. A couple of showers, pretty good bands moving their way towards Charleston already this morning. So here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Tropical storm, it's not number 3. I don't know why it says number 3. It's supposed to say Chantal. So that's what got me all discombobulated in my recorded morning weather forecasting. That came up, even though it was a tropical depression number 3 when I set the show up, and then I get up on the weather wall and I do it. And now I'm like, wait, Tropical Storm 3. There's no such thing as Tropical Storm 3. That must be Chantal. But is my graphic messed up, or did the National Hurricane Center actually update their information? And they did. So it is Tropical Storm Chantal. I will fix that graphic. Latest advisory was at 8 o'clock this morning. It's moving to the north at a whopping snail's pace. 2 miles per hour. That is it. Max winds of 40 miles per hour. Our next update will come up at 10 o'clock this morning, but it's likely to stay a tropical storm all the way through the entire weekend. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. We'll stay in the low 90s, that hot weather, July weather stretch, the doldrums, the dog days of summer. Give me your best adjective of what summer is to you. Then we're going to see increasing chances for showers and thunderstorms as all of that starts to head our way. A little bit more heat, a little bit more humidity, but a perfect day to spend on the lake. And while we spent a good chunk of the day yesterday on the lake with a bunch of our good friends and Miss Heather Wallaga from the TV station. It was so fun to hang out with her and all of our friends. Love it. But live view there at Fox Road Marina, and you can see Concord off in the distance. That will become busy here shortly as we head through the day. You know, you got to drink plenty of water. I drank so I don't even know how much water I drank yesterday. It was just like I could not get enough water. Even when I came home, even this morning, even right now, I've got coffee right now, and I forgot to bring water into the studio, and I'm like, ugh, I need some water, folks. But the lakes are going to be packed, the pools are going to be packed, and it's still the 4th of July weekend, so we're still donning our red, white, and blue today, and we'll do it again tomorrow, because why not? All right, so I asked you where do you watch? So Eric is watching on YouTube from Kingsport. So Eric, are you watching on YouTube? Are you watching on the big screen on your TV in your house? Do you have it on an iPad or on your cell phone? You're also on Facebook, and that's where you're commenting. Betty's watching on her cell phone on Facebook. Beverly's on her cell phone as well. Let's see. I'll probably be on the pool. I watch on Facebook on your cell phone. Okay, so I think most people are on the cell phone. Julie says, my phone sometimes Roku. Katrina's Roku and Facebook. This is good. This is good information to know because, you know, sometimes when I build weather graphics, I need to think about how people are consuming the information, right? And I think about that when I'm doing live severe weather coverage. You really got to go into the storms a little bit closer, and we're always trying to fine tune things. But if I know exactly where you're watching, and you're watching on this little tiny cell phone, how's that? You know, how are the graphics coming across and whatnot? But anyways, let's see. Mark's on Facebook on his PC. So Eva's on his cell phone for Linda. Let's see. We've got, did I get some sunburn? I did not get sunburned. My kids got a little bit more kissed by the sun than I did. We applied like multiple times. Eric's watching on a 55-inch on YouTube in Kingsport. Nice. That is one large Witcher, Eric. That is one. Just kidding. At least it's only a 55 and not like an 85, right? That would be even larger. Now, you know, my weather wall is a 100-inch TV screen. It's actually not a green screen. Did you know that? And try watching TV on a 100-inch TV screen. That's fun. Although I rarely watch TV on it. It's a hot one. Time for the Oak Ridge pool today. Nice, Brian. Nice. I'd like to go to the Oak Ridge pool. Jacqueline says pool time. Summers are just too hot, but Katrina, you have a boat. Go get on your boat, jump in the water, cool off. Too dang hot. Vicky's on her cell phone. Brian's on his cell phone. So this is good. Jacqueline's on her cell phone. XDeath35 on the cell phone on YouTube. Cell phone on Facebook, but I can see that you're on Facebook or whatnot. I was just curious if you're on your cell phone or not. Let's see, Facebook. I like that I can comment here. The app needs that. If you're covering a storm, YouTube on my TV. Nice. So you can actually see the big screen just a little bit bigger. Kathy's on her cell phone. Kathy, are you still in bed? So a lot of you are on your cell phone. Okay, Bonnie's on her tablet. That's cool. Nice. I just was curious. Just curious on how you consume East Tennessee weather, and if you're watching it, some folks actually put it in their cars and have it on their cell phones, put it in their cars and listen to it through their speakers on their cars. I think, Katrina, you've done that a few times as you travel into work or whatnot, but it's time for your national holidays for the day today. I have not looked at them yet, so let's see what is in store for the national holidays today. And by the way, that's a live look in Hardin Valley, looking towards Carnes and Oak Ridge this morning. All right, it's birthdays and events times. It's July 5th, my friends. July 5th. It's National Play Outside Day. Yes, my friends, that's exactly what we should do today. But you got to wear the sunscreen if you want to play outside. National Play Outside Day is the first Saturday of every month. Oh, well, I should have. For as many times as I've been doing the national holidays, you'd think I'd know this by now, but I have not picked up on that, so now I will. It's National Hawaii Day. We talked about that yesterday. It's bucket list. I want to go to Hawaii. I have a friend going to Hawaii here soon, and he's like, dude, that plane ride is it's far. It's a long ways away, and you're just out there in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the ocean. Sounds fun though. National Graham Cracker Day. All right, I like graham crackers. Have you ever had the cinnamon graham crackers? The cinnamon graham crackers are awesome if you've never had those. And if you've never had them, or if you've never tried them with s'mores, highly recommend that with s'mores because it just kind of ups the game on the marshmallow. It's National Hop a Park Day. Hop a Park Day. Hop to all the parks day and hit the splash pads while you're at it. National Apple Pie Turnover Day. I'll give a big shout out to that. I like apple pie turnovers. You're getting up, you're getting some fresh air on the porch. Nice. Tell Matilda I said hi. Morning, Teresa. How are you this morning? And it's National Workaholics Day. We're not giving a shout out to that. Don't be a workaholic. Although I think we're all kind of workaholics in our own sort of way, I suppose. Working every day, I suppose I'm a little bit of a workaholic, but not really a workaholic per se. You know, that's one thing I've never understood. I've never understood on those. You know, when you get these folks who have like turned 100 years old, right? Like the old Willard Scott days, right? With the old jam and 100-year birthdays and the birthday celebrations things. Anyways, whenever you talk to, and you see them on the news all the time, when we talk to older folks, when they're celebrating 100-year birthdays and whatnot, they make the local news. I always feel like some of them are always like, well, I never took a day off. I worked every day. I drank this every day, whatever it may be. I had this every day, and here I am at 100 years old. What I've never have understood, let's wrap those up. What I've never understood is the folks that say, hey, listen, I've worked for this company for 55 years. Never took a day off. Never took my vacation time. Never understood that. Your workplaces give you vacation time and you pay for it for a very good reason. I highly recommend taking all of your vacation time. Paid vacation is the best vacation, wouldn't you say? I think so. I got some Witcher's pictures to share with you this morning. Got a couple cool ones. This is a really cool and beautiful shot. Just beautiful. How gorgeous is that? That, my friends, is coming in from Dennis Hatcher. He says, waiting on the fireworks to start at Douglas Dam, looking towards Mount LeConte. I did not know. But, I mean, look at how high. That's a perfect view. That would be a perfect view to see the fireworks on Douglas Dam, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness, that would be awesome. And speaking of which, just got me thinking here for a second. We're gonna do something here in a second. I'll try to get this up in the background. We got another great photo for you this morning. Here's a good solid fireworks one. That's what I'm talking about. You'll see it. There we go. This one was sent in by Robin Kelly. Robin Kelly sent that one in. That's great. Got some other great photos. Let's see here. Here's my wife and I. She sent it to me, so hopefully it's okay to use. Thanks, wife. We were having a good old time on the lake. So we were actually watching airplanes take off and land because we were over by Sky Ranch Airport off of Alcoa Highway. So that was fun. Let's see. I'll get some other group photos here. Here's my family. See if this let's see. Let me get that bigger. Let's get this bigger. Here's my family riding on the boat. There we go. That's leaving Duncan Marina. So we had a good time there. Let's see. I've got some other good ones to share with you. The kids, obviously. Let's see if I can get that up. I don't think I'll be able to do that here. Yeah, I might be able to. We're gonna switch cameras here for just a stand by. I'm gonna try to see if I can share a video with you. Oh, it's not gonna play. I knew that was gonna be a problem. Anyways, that was my kid doing a flip off the boat. Here we go. Here's another good one of everybody in the water having a good time. That's our good friend Lena. So there we had folks doing, let's see, had that. Let's see where else. I got another couple good ones. There's my good friend Heather Wallaga and her husband and some friends in the background. And then you probably saw this on Facebook, but if you didn't see this on Facebook, I told you I was going to don some red, white, and blue. Let's get this picture a little bit bigger. Don in red, white, and blue right there. Had to do it. So I think I probably made it sound like my outfit was going to be crazy yesterday. That was not the case. It was just donned in red, white, and blue from head to toe, even my sunglasses. Did you see my sunglasses? Look at my sunglasses. My sunglasses are American flags. Those are always fun to stare out of all day long. She is gorgeous. Absolutely. Thank you. I am definitely still in my 4th of July spirit. Come to Kingsport. Starting at 5 p.m., the Red, White, and Boom Festival feature Night Ranger. Nice if you're looking for something to do. Cinnamon graham crackers make great homemade cookies. Oh, I did not know that. I have customers who have turned 102. She's so precious. That is amazing, and no work for you today, which is amazing as well. Thanks, Katrina. I appreciate it. Thanks, Julie. The sunglasses were the best. So we're going to hit, actually, so those are, let's see, what other Witcher's pictures? I guess that's all I have for you on Witcher's pictures today. Just a nice start to the day. What time is it? It is 8:24. The morning is cruising right along. Don't forget, though, if you're joining me on the app or on social media, if you're joining me on Facebook, have you downloaded the East Tennessee Weather app yet? Have you? If you're like, I know Witcher, I've been meaning to do it. Go to your app store as soon as the show's over. Scan that QR code. Take you right to the app store, or take you to my website. But I'm getting a new QR code that's going to help you out a little bit more better. But Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube. I don't know if I showed you this actually the other day. See if I can't get this out to you before the music's over. I'm going to have to hurry, aren't I? And don't forget, I'm on B97.5 and 18 other radio stations. 18 other radio stations. But how about this one right here? I'm going to share this to you before we wrap things up this morning. I had a chance to go to Subs and Such. Did you see that on social media? Had a chance to go to Subs and Such, a Alcoa, Maryville, Blount County staple. And guess where East Tennessee Weather is now? East Tennessee Weather is at Subs and Shops. So if they're getting ready for the day, opening up the store, getting ready for lunch, getting all the sandwiches and the meats ready, you'll be able to get their local forecast right there in Alcoa, Tennessee. Big shout out to Mike. That's the owner of Subs and Shops right there. Big shout out to you this morning, buddy. So if you're looking for something to do today, you need to grab a good old sandwich, go check those guys out. Good prices and good food, and the steamed sandwiches are hot, but they're amazing. Thanks, Teresa. I appreciate it. All right, my friends, have a great day. Send me your photos through Witcher's Pictures. Join me on social media, but most importantly, just enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. It's awesome. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. I'll see you back here at 8, I almost said 8:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Check in before you head off to church, if that's what you do. Have a great day, friends.